Every morning before the world speaks to you, before your phone lights up, before notifications decide your mood, before noise, stress, and expectations rush in. There is a silent battle happening, a battle that most people lose without even knowing it exists. Not at work, not in business, not in relationships, but inside the first 2 hours of their day. Because here's the truth no one tells you. You don't lose your life in big moments. You lose it in small mornings. The way you wake up, the way you move in silence, the way you think when nobody is watching, that's where winners are created. And that's where most dreams quietly die. This video is not motivation. It's a manual, a blueprint to take control of the first 2 hours of your day so the rest of your life stops controlling you. Section 1. Why the first 2 hours decide everything. Most people believe success is about talent, or luck, or intelligence. Wrong. Success is about momentum, and momentum is built early. The first 2 hours of your day are not just time. They are a programming window. Whatever you do in those 2 hours becomes the default setting for your mind. If you wake up and immediately check your phone, scroll social media, react to messages, consume chaos, you've already lost because your brain just learned one thing. I don't control my life. I react to it. And a reactive mind never wins. Winners don't wake up inspired. They wake up intentional. Section 2. The lie of I'll start later. Let me be brutally honest. If you tell yourself, I'll start after breakfast, I'll start when I feel motivated, I'll start once I wake up properly, you are lying to yourself. Motivation does not arrive. Clarity does not magically appear. Action creates clarity. Discipline creates motivation. The first 2 hours are not about feeling good. They are about setting authority over your mind. Because if you don't decide your day early, someone else will. Section 3. Rule number 1. Win the moment you wake up. Your day doesn't start when you get out of bed. It starts the second your eyes open. That moment decides whether you lead or you follow. Here's the rule. No phone, no noise, no opinions. Why? Because your brain, right after waking up, is in a highly suggestible state. Whatever enters your mind first becomes law. If the first thing you see is bad news, perfect, lives on social media, messages from people who want something from you, you are surrendering your mental power. Instead, you need silence. Silence is dominance. Section 4. The power of a silent morning. Silence scares people. Why? Because silence forces you to face yourself. That's why most people avoid it. But every disciplined person understands one thing. Silence sharpens the mind. In the first 20 to 30 minutes, no music, no podcasts, no videos, just you, your breath, your awareness. This is not relaxation. This is mental conditioning. You're teaching your brain to be comfortable without stimulation. And a mind that doesn't need stimulation is a mind that can focus. Section 5. Rule number 2. Move your body before the world moves you. Your body is not separate from your mind. A weak body creates a weak morning. A stagnant body creates stagnant thoughts. You don't need a gym. You don't need perfection. You need movement. Walk, stretch, push-ups. Cold water on your face. Why? Because movement sends one message to your brain. I am alive. I am alert. I am in control. People who skip movement in the morning stay mentally asleep all day. Section 6. The cold reality about energy. Most people say, I don't have energy in the morning. That's not true. You don't have discipline. Energy follows action, not the other way around. When you move early, your nervous system wakes up. Your confidence increases. Your clarity sharpens. You stop asking, "How do I feel?" and you start deciding what must be done. That shift changes lives. Section 7. Rule number 3. Feed your mind before you feed the world, before emails, before messages, before conversations. You must feed your own mind, not with noise, not with entertainment, but with direction. This is where journaling, reflection, or intentional thinking comes in. Ask yourself, what matters today? What one thing moves my life forward? Who do I need to be today? You're not planning tasks, you're shaping identity. Because successful people don't ask, "What should I do?" They ask, "Who must I become?" Why most people never change. They try to change their lives, but they keep the same mornings, same wake-ups, same phone scroll, same excuses, and then they wonder why nothing changes. Your life is not built in years, it's built in days, and days are won or lost before 9 a.m. The goal is not perfection, the goal is this. Before the world demands anything from you, you've already invested in yourself. 2 hours, no negotiation, no excuses. Even one focused hour beats 8 distracted ones. When you win your morning, stress decreases, confidence increases, discipline compounds, and slowly, your life stops feeling out of control. This is just the foundation. In the next part, we'll break down the exact structure of a powerful 2-hour morning, the mental traps that destroy consistency, how to keep this habit even on bad days. Because winning the morning once is easy. Winning it every day, that's where lives are rebuilt. The structure of a powerful 2-hour morning. Let's get one thing clear. Winning your morning is not about doing more. It's about doing the right things in the right order. Chaos in the morning creates chaos in the mind. So here is the structure, not as a prison, but as a framework. The first 2 hours have only 3 missions. Wake the body, stabilize the mind, aim the day. Nothing else matters. Not emails, not messages, not the world. The first 30 minutes, command your state. This is the most important phase, because this is where most people fail. They wake up and immediately consume news, consume opinions, consume other people's lives. You must do the opposite. You must command your state. What this looks like: wake up, make your bed. Yes, it matters. Wash your face with cold water, drink water, light movement. These are not habits, they are signals. Signals that tell your brain, I am awake, I am present, I am in control. Small actions done immediately build authority, and authority over the morning becomes authority over your life. Why making your bed is not stupid. People laugh at this. They say, it's just a bed. No, it's a completed task. Your brain needs early wins. When you make your bed, you finish something. You create order. You eliminate friction, and order is contagious. A disorganized morning creates a disorganized mind. A disciplined morning creates momentum. The second 30 minutes, silence and self-respect. This is where you separate yourself from the masses. This is where discipline is built. No phone, no scrolling, no distractions, just you and intentional silence. You can sit quietly, breathe deeply, stretch slowly, write one page. Not to relax, but to listen. Most people never hear their own thoughts because they drown them in noise. Silence is uncomfortable at first. Good. Growth always is. The discipline of thinking. Thinking is a skill. And like any skill, it must be trained. Use this time to ask, what am I avoiding? What matters most today? What decision have I been delaying? You don't need answers immediately. You need honesty. Honesty is the foundation of change. If you can't be honest in silence, you'll lie to yourself in noise. The third 30 minutes. Move with intention. Now the body. Not for aesthetics, not for ego, for mental sharpness. Movement clears emotional fog. You don't need intensity, you need consistency. Walking outside is powerful, so is stretching, so is basic body weight work. Why? Because movement anchors the mind into the present. A present mind doesn't panic. A present mind doesn't overthink. A present mind executes. Why walking is underrated. Walking is ancient. Humans evolved thinking while walking. When you walk, stress hormones decrease. Creativity increases. Perspective returns. That's why your best ideas come when you're not staring at a screen. Use walking as active meditation. No phone, no music, just steps and breath. The final 30 minutes. Aim the day. This is where winners pull away. Most people let the day happen to them. You will aim it. Sit down. Write. Not a to-do list of chaos, but 3 priorities. Only 3. Ask, if I complete only these 3 things, would today be a win? Which one scares me the most? Which one moves my life forward? This is not productivity. This is direction. Why more tasks make you weaker? A long to-do list feels productive. It's not. It's avoidance disguised as busyness. When everything is important, nothing is. 3 priorities force focus. Focus creates results. Results create confidence. Confidence creates discipline. This is how momentum is built. The mental trap that destroys consistency. Here's the trap. I didn't do it perfectly, so I failed. This mindset destroys people. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Some mornings you'll feel tired. Some mornings will be messy. Some mornings won't go as planned. That's normal. The rule is simple. Never miss twice. Bad morning, accept it. Reset the next day. Consistency beats intensity every time. How to keep this habit on bad days. On bad days, shorten the routine. Don't abandon it. Instead of 2 hours, do 20 minutes. Instead of movement, just walk. Instead of journaling, write 1 sentence. Why? Because identity is built by showing up, not by performing perfectly. You are training reliability, and a reliable person wins long term. The identity shift. This is where everything changes. You stop saying, I'm trying to wake up early, and you start saying, I'm the kind of person who wins the morning. Identity precedes behavior. When you see yourself as disciplined, your actions follow. You don't negotiate with who you are. The compound effect of mornings. 1 good morning feels small. 10 feel different. 30 feel powerful. 100 change your life. Because mornings compound silently. Better mornings to better days. Better days to better decisions. Better decisions to better life. No drama, no shortcuts, just quiet dominance. Why most people quit after 7 days. Pay attention to this. Most people don't fail on day 1. They fail on day 7. Why? Because the excitement fades. The novelty disappears. Reality hits. Discipline is no longer exciting. It becomes boring. And boring is where winners are separated from dreamers. If you rely on motivation, you will quit. If you rely on discipline, you will adapt. The mistake people make is expecting progress to feel good. Real progress feels repetitive. The truth about consistency is not heroic. It's quiet, unseen, unglamorous. No one claps for you when you wake up early. No one praises your silent discipline. And that's exactly why it works. Because you are building strength without external validation. When discipline is private, confidence becomes unshakable. The real enemy of your morning. It's not laziness. It's external intrusion, messages, requests, other people's urgency. Most people wake up and immediately become available. Available to problems, drama. Other people's priorities. Availability is weakness. Control your availability or your morning will be stolen. protecting your morning like a fortress. Here's the rule. No one deserves access to you before you earn access to yourself. This means phone on airplane mode, notifications off boundaries enforced. You are not being rude. You are being strategic. People who don't protect their mornings end up protecting nothing in their lives. Why successful people seem cold? They're not cold. They're focused. They understand that energy is limited. Attention is expensive. Time is non-refundable. They don't waste their best hours on low-value conversations. They invest them in growth. That's not arrogance. That's intelligence. The mindset shift that makes discipline automatic. This is critical. Stop asking, how do I force myself to do this? Start asking, what happens if I don't? Visualize the cost of staying the same, the regret, the wasted potential, the future version of you who gave up. Pain is a powerful motivator when used correctly. Using fear as fuel. Fear is not the enemy. Comfort is. Fear keeps you alert. Fear keeps you honest. Fear of staying average. Fear of living a small life. Fear of reaching the end with excuses. Use that fear. Let it wake you up when motivation doesn't. The role of pain in growth. Every meaningful change includes discomfort. Waking up early hurts. Silence is uncomfortable. Discipline feels restrictive. Good. Pain is proof that you are rewiring yourself. Comfort maintains who you are. Pain builds who you could become. Why your environment matters more than willpower. Willpower is unreliable. Environment is permanent. If your phone is next to your bed, you will use it. If your alarm is soft, you will snooze. Design your environment to force success. Phone far away. Alarm across the room, clothes prepared, journal visible, remove friction, add pressure. The night before decides the morning after. You don't win mornings by waking up early, you win them by going to bed correctly. Late nights steal mornings. Chaos at night creates chaos at dawn. Prepare the night before. Decide wake-up time. Decide first action. Reduce stimulation. Discipline starts before sleep. The lie of, I'm not a morning person. That's not a personality trait. That's a habit. Your body adapts to what you demand. You weren't born addicted to your phone. You weren't born unfocused. You weren't born undisciplined. You trained yourself, which means you can retrain yourself. The identity of a morning winner. A morning winner doesn't rely on feelings. They rely on standards. They don't ask, do I feel like it? They say, this is who I am. Standards remove negotiation. Negotiation kills consistency. The confidence that comes from self-respect. There is a special confidence that comes from keeping promises to yourself, not loud, not arrogant, quiet, solid, unbreakable. When you win the morning, you respect yourself, and self-respect changes how you walk, how you speak, how you decide. The long game. This is not a 30-day challenge. This is a lifestyle. You are not chasing results. You are building a system. Systems outlast motivation. Systems survive bad days. Systems create freedom. The point where everything clicks. One day, you will wake up. And discipline will feel normal. Silence will feel necessary. Focus will feel natural. That's when you know you've crossed the line. You are no longer trying. You are becoming. Why this is bigger than a morning routine. Let's zoom out. This was never about waking up early. Never about cold water. Never about journaling or walking. This is about control. Most people live their lives reacting to stress, reacting to people, reacting to circumstances. Winning the first 2 hours is how you stop reacting and start directing. You stop asking, what's happening to me? And you start deciding, what am I building? The moment responsibility becomes freedom. People think responsibility is heavy. It's not. Irresponsibility is heavy. When you don't control your mornings, your mind feels scattered, your confidence feels fragile, your life feels chaotic. Responsibility brings clarity. When you take responsibility for your mornings, you take responsibility for your future. And that's freedom. Why most people never reach their potential. It's not lack of talent. It's not lack of intelligence. It's not lack of opportunity. It's lack of daily structure. Potential is useless without discipline. The world is full of talented people who never learned how to direct themselves. You are choosing a different path. The day you stop making excuses. At some point, excuses stop sounding convincing. I'm tired. I don't have time. I'll start next week. They all collapse into one truth. You didn't prioritize yourself. This routine is not selfish. It's necessary. You can't lead a life you don't control. What happens after 90 days? Let's talk reality. After 90 days of winning your mornings, your focus sharpens. Your emotional reactions calm down. Your confidence stabilizes. You trust yourself more. And trusting yourself is rare. People notice it, not because you talk about it, but because you move differently. The silent respect you earn. You won't announce your discipline. You won't post about every early morning, but people will feel it in your calm, in your decisions, in your boundaries. The strongest people don't need to explain themselves. Their structure speaks for them. When life gets hard, and it will, let's be honest, there will be hard seasons, stressful periods, moments of doubt. This is when the morning routine becomes non-negotiable. Because when life is unstable, your morning becomes your anchor. Even 10 minutes, even silence, even a walk. You return to structure when everything else feels uncertain. The legacy of small disciplines. People overestimate big changes and underestimate small disciplines. Waking up early doesn't look heroic, but doing it for years? That builds a different human. A human who can delay gratification, can face discomfort, can stay focused when others quit. That's real power. You don't need to change everything. Don't overwhelm yourself. You don't need a perfect routine. You don't need extreme discipline. You need commitment. Commitment to start tomorrow. Protect the first 2 hours. Adjust, not quit. Progress beats perfection. Always. The final choice. Every morning, you make a choice. Not consciously, but through action. You choose comfort or growth, reaction or direction, excuses or responsibility. No one else can make this choice for you, and no one else will feel the consequences but you. A message to your future self. Picture yourself 1 year from now. Same habits? Same mornings? Same frustration? Or stronger, calmer, more disciplined, more confident? That future is built in the first 2 hours of your day. The final truth. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. And the most powerful system you will ever build starts before the world wakes up. The line that ends it all. Win the first 2 hours of your day, and the rest of your life will stop being an accident and start becoming a decision.